Hello again, and we are going to cool off this room by putting air on so I can tolerate it, Lisa. Huh. But for some reason, I can't get it on here.
Well, don't worry about that. Go down, just scooch down. Go to Helene.
There we are. We're live, and I didn't even know it. Hello again. Okay, everyone, I'm so pleased that you're here. And what we're going to do is look at some of the issues connected to food and how to feel better about yourself. And I want to welcome all you beautiful souls, and I know you're beautiful souls. I'm so glad you're joining me today. And what I want to share with you is my background is I really love to inspire and empower clients to transform their life, their relationships, their finances, and business. I am a certified intuitive strategist and hypnotherapist, as well as a master spiritual business coach, certified actually. I have all these certifications, which you probably aren't even interested in. Oh, I'm also a psychotherapist, and I'm founder of an awakening center. And the reason I founded the center is because I want to help people awaken to who they really are and what they're meant to do. Because when you tap into your essence and your beauty, something magical happens. And it's okay if sometimes we fall off of it and we get in a bad place and then we get back to it, because that's part of the journey. Recognize that life is a journey, and that's what we're all here to do. And I still work on me. There's always issues to work on. Maybe because this is my life, and I believe it's important to fulfill what we're here to do, to live our life's purpose, our purpose work. And the more in touch with our own beauty, our own gifts, our own loving energy inside, the more we can do that. And so that's what I love helping people do. So for me, it's about helping people heal their heart wounds and awaken their power, and to bring the heart and the power together with their mind. We do have a mind too, by the way. And that's when magic can happen. That's what real alchemy is about. And it's what I love working with. And part of awakening power is about being able to live the life you want in any way you want. So today we're going to look at being in charge of an addictive behavior, one of the addictive patterns, and we probably have many, most people do. We have a highly addictive society, have you noticed? And so that's what it's about. And this week, I need some water. I was asking some clients, what do they want to deal with? And a couple of them said they wanted to look at weight loss and deal with it. Now, in the past, I've taught a number of in-person live workshops, as well as live classes on ending the battling with weight, because I've had to deal with it myself. So I thought this is a good time to address it, especially with summer coming up. And as a woman, we always want to look better during the summer. We might be wearing bathing suits. I'm not going to wear bikinis anymore, I can assure you, no matter how I look. But it's about feeling good about ourselves. So that's what I love to do with people. The first thing I want to encourage us all to do is to call in our guides. So if you choose, you can tap once on the crown of your head. Just close your eyes, go inside, and bring yourself present. We bring our hearts together, as I call in the light of love and the light of spirit. So imagine the energy from spirit, from God, from source energy, coming all the way down from above, going through the crown of your head and relaxing you. Really relaxing the muscles in your face and your neck and your jaw. Relax it. Make funny faces if that helps you. And just imagine that energy, or feel it or see it, moving down your face and neck, relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders and your upper torso, your upper back, mid-back, and your chest. And imagine the energy moving down into your arms, your hands, and your fingertips, all the way down. And imagine that energy coming down your torso, all the way down and moving into your legs. And now, what I'd like us to do is drop into your heart. So take your awareness and move from wherever you are, probably in your head, because most people tend to do that, and drop down into your heart. And as you do that, imagine opening the door to your own heart. Open the door, step over the threshold, and walk inside. And as you do that, create this beautiful, comfortable place for you. All right? Make it beautiful. And in this place, call in your higher self. Call in your higher self. I ask my higher self to come in and merge with me in my heart for higher heart energy and higher mind consciousness. So bring that in and feel that energy now moving down. And as you're in your heart, feel and sense your own heartbeat. And as you sense your heartbeat, you will notice what happens. And breathe in slowly and breathe out. Do that a few times. Beautiful. So now imagine bringing in the energy directly from above your head, from spirit, and imagine it going behind your eyes. Close your eyes and just allow that energy to be behind your eyes and moving down in front of your spine, all the way in front of your spine, down to the base of your spine. And from the base of your spine, imagine, feel, sense, hear that energy moving into your legs and your shins and your ankles and your feet, even your toes. Beautiful. Now take that awareness and go back to the base of your spine. And what we're going to do is create a beautiful, powerful energy cord going from the base of your spine all the way down into the center of the earth. And in the core of the earth, the center of the earth, there's this big ball of high vibrational frequency energy. And imagine that energy cord from your spine going all the way down, circling the ball of energy, which actually acts as a transmuting center. So it transforms negative energies and feelings and beliefs. And imagine it plugging right into it. And feel and sense or imagine that quiet, deep, loving earth energy. We might call in Mother Earth and ask her to help us open that loving, powerful energy and feel her support. Beautiful. Because we want her to help us as we go deeper inside and clear some of the negative energies. Now breathe that energy up through the earth's crust, and let her energy begin to fill your body, going up your feet, your legs, into your torso, and into your heart. See, to me, the journey about weight and weight control is really the journey to love, okay? So what I want to focus on with you today is how to free yourself from feeling upset, from feeling disgusted. If any of you have ever felt disgusted about your body, and how to feel good. You in for this? Okay. So we're just going to cover a few little basic things. We're going to cover that I feel it's important that Spirit helps you go deeper and helps you learn to love you and love your body. Now, I know we have people from different age levels on the call, but what I want you to think about is no matter where you're at, it's important to love our body. So right now, here's what I want you to think about. Think about at least 3 to 5 things that your body does for you that you're grateful for. What does your body do that you're grateful for? Okay? At least 3 to 5 things. How does your body serve you that you're grateful for? All right. So when I think about what am I grateful for about my body, and you know, I've been getting older and there are some things going on and I'm not so thrilled about some of them, okay? So what am I grateful for? What I'm grateful for that my body has allowed me to have 2 children, and that's very important in my life, and I love my girls. And my body has allowed me to hike and do all kinds of things, even skydive. I'm glad I did it when I was a little younger, because I don't think I would want to do that now. And my body has opened up fields of pleasure. And I hope some of you, or all of you, have gotten to experience that too. And so what am I grateful for now in my body? I'm grateful that my body is willing to do healing work so I can feel better and better every day. And I assure you, as we get older, there's some issues that occur that it takes focus and it takes time to do that. So I encourage you to love you enough to be willing to do that for yourself. And if you can't get to a place of loving your body, let's have you at least like your body. Be okay with your body. Forget the idea of perfection, because there's always people who look better and are better or thinner and taller and whatever. It's about appreciating who you are, your outer body, but also inside. So why I like working with spirit is it helps bring the energy from inside out so people can sense who you are. Because in reality, how you present yourself, your energy system, not only your body, is really your calling card out in the world and in any business. So if you want to improve things, if you want to increase income, if you want to lose weight, the biggest thing I find is for you to appreciate and love your body. Otherwise, you're not going to take the time and energy it sometimes takes to change how you eat. Because very often, the reason for overeating is not what you think. It's not because you're hungry. It often, all right? And today we're not going to change your lifelong patterns. I'm just hoping to get you to look at some of them and get you started in the right direction. All right. So some of you may look at me today and say, oh, Helene, you don't have a weight issue. I may not now, but I come from a family where everyone was obese. And at 9 years old, when I was the shortest in my class, which means a lot shorter than what I am now, I weighed exactly what I weighed this morning. So I was a chubby butterball, okay? And everyone in my family was obese. In my sister's family, I think 3, and one of the in-laws, all had stomach stapling. So that's the level of obesity in my family. And what I got to realize is some of it is training. I got to see when anyone was upset in my family, they ate more. And I remember my oldest daughter having dinner at my mom's house one day, and she gave her a whole plate, a big adult plate, whatever, the 9-inch plate, full of spaghetti. And my daughter looked at that and said, I can't eat all that, because she was used to a small portion. Not saying they didn't eat spaghetti, but I didn't give them a whole plate. I gave them a little spaghetti and a vegetable and probably salad or whatever. So that was a shock. Now, why I use often EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, and we are going to work with that a little today. And I also use hypnosis for working with myself on patterns, okay? And I had 2 very important events occur, and I want to share them with you. Many years ago, when I was teaching my first EFT workshops, I always did one on cravings, food cravings, okay? And I realized I should have had you bring your food craving with you today, and we would have worked with that. But we can do that another time. And I love chocolate. Why not, right? And ice cream. And I used to buy at Costco these big, big bags of chocolate chip, famous chocolate chip cookies, and I love them. And I didn't eat it all in one day. I mean, they're really huge bags. But I would eat it rather rapidly. I would probably eat, didn't count them, maybe 20 or 30 or maybe even 40 cookies at a time. Well, when I decided that it was important for me to eat better, I did some things with it and worked with it. Now, the other thing I ate, and I want to share with you. Well, first let me tell you what happened. I taught 3 EFT workshops. So that's the only time I worked on the tapping for cravings. And I worked on chocolate cravings, okay? Took a piece of chocolate, yum, 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 and worked on releasing my craving for it. At least where it was so out of balance, where I'm eating so much at one time, like eating a whole big chocolate bar. And what I noticed many months later is I would have like half a bag or 2/3 of a bag of famous Amos cookies that were stale in the cupboard, and chocolate bars half eaten or a third eaten, also stale. That's just from doing the EFT tapping for cravings 3 times in a year. That's all I did it. I didn't do it the other times. I often do these things when I'm doing them with people. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to share is there was a period of time in my life where I would get from Jerry's Deli these wonderful potato knishes, and I would have a half every morning for breakfast. I didn't have time. I could heat it in 30 seconds, and I was done. And I loved them. Yummy, 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 yummy. Okay. I don't know if you know what potato knishes are, but some of you might know. Now, I started working on enjoying healthy food for my body because I didn't really enjoy healthy food. I thought it was yucky. Don't give me salads. Don't give me vegetables. And I really did a lot of affirmations with it, did some hypnosis work with it. Okay. What happened a long time later, I don't know if it was a year or 2 years later or 6 months, I don't remember the time frame, but I bought a knish. And I said, oh, I'm going to enjoy this, because I always enjoyed potato knishes. And all I could taste was how terrible it tasted. There was so much grease and oil in it, I couldn't stand it, and I couldn't finish it. All because I chose to do an affirmation that worked for me to eat healthier and healthier for my body and to enjoy healthy food. I can share that affirmation with you later, closer to the end. All right. So to me, these were magical, amazing events. And I was the kind who was so anxious about my weight, I would weigh me 20, 30, maybe 40 times a day. It was embarrassing when my kids would see it and say something too. All right. So, and there was a period of time I tried diets, I tried pills, I tried shots, I tried everything. And I found ways to keep my weight under control. But one of the biggest things is loving you. That seems to be the most important thing. If you don't love you, or at least like you have to like you and like your body, and want to do something better for it, you're not going to take care of you. You're going to give into the immediate gratification. That chocolate tastes better. I'm not going to deal with what's really going on underneath, that I'm needing the chocolate just because I had a fight with my husband, my friend, my whoever, or my daughter, or, son. All right? So that's what happens for people. So there are some myths about diets. I'm going to talk briefly about addictions because I do want to do a process, and you all know I can talk too long, so I'm going to try and cut some of it down that I wanted to say so we can get to a process. And I also feel that opening to Spirit, God, whatever word you like using, is very important in the healing process. Or at least it was for me, okay? Now, let's talk for a moment the difference between an addiction and a compulsion. An addiction is an uncontrolled use of a substance in spite of any negative consequences that may come from it. So with food, it's using it for substitute gratification. It may be used for self-medication. It might help you deal with pain and anxiety. There might be pain and anxiety attached to it. And there are two types of addictions, okay? And one is very easy to break. The physical one, like cigarettes, is relatively easy to break with EFT and hypnosis, okay? Now, the body gets rid of addictive substances in 3 days. But the patterning can take at least 3 weeks of steady work. Now, emotionally caused addictions are far more complex. See, we all know what's healthy for our body, but we don't follow it. And I've been included in that. So one of the myths, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about myths, is if you use your willpower and you exercise and you stick to the right diet, you'll lose weight. But I know quite a few people where that didn't happen. And it didn't work for me for many years, all right? Diets tell you what to eat, how, when to eat, okay? Now, the real issue is you need to be able to stop the compulsion to overeat. To begin with, you have to do that to begin with. Nothing else will matter if you can't do that, okay? So research has shown 94% of diets fail. And it's not because of the food, all right, but because there are underlying issues. So what are really some of the real issues of overeating? So what I'd love to have some of you do is put in the box and fill in what are some of your underlying issues. I'm going to talk about some of them. And the reason I want to suggest you do that is because then in the process we're going to do, I can add that in. We're going to do a tapping process. And if I know you have trouble when you get angry, then I can easily add that into what we're tapping on, okay? So add that into the chat box, and it takes me time to see it through on my computer. Okay, so one of the big things is anger. And it's scary for many people to express their negative feelings. It can be dangerous for them. So they bite back their words and they go bite food instead. So if you have to hide your anger because it's not safe in how you grew up or with your relationship, you will often overeat instead because you're trying to squash the feelings, but also bite something. Maybe you want to bite whoever's hurting you, who knows? Okay, and some of you may even hide your anger from yourself. So then you can't resolve the real issue of why you're eating. So the habit just takes over. And for some, it could be sadness and hurt. And for me, it was a combination. I found that if I had an argument, I remember doing this with my mom years ago, I'd get off the phone and go for chocolate, period. You know. So notice what you do. Some of you, it may be carbs, it may be salty food, it can be all kinds of things. And I've worked with a number of clients when a relationship ended, they gained weight. Yes, there are some that lose weight because emotional pain is different for different people. And often we're filling ourselves with food because the heart is empty. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. And I am going to go check and see what you did right so I can add that into the tapping. What are you really hungry for? So write it in so I can see what it is. What are you really hungry for? Okay. So let's see if anyone shared. All right. Okay. So write what you're hungry for. Because if you know what you really are hungry for, then you can have your actual need met instead of doing substitute gratification. So for some people, they feel inadequate. For some people, they're worrying constantly what might take place in the future. They're not in the present, they're in the future. Others live in the past, what this one did to me, what that one did to me, and they don't release the emotion, so they eat instead. They stuff their feelings down. In some environments, I've worked with many clients where it wasn't safe for them to express negative feelings because they would have been hurt more, abused more, isolated more, whatever, or cut off emotionally more. The other reason is fears and insecurities. So eating disorders often accompany abuse and trauma. And I find this with many, many people. And sometimes food's about being invisible. Okay? If you've been traumatized, if there's been sexual abuse, you want to feel safer. So a way to feel safer is to not have anyone approach you, because they might be angry, might get at you, might attack you verbally or physically or sexually. So in that case, there's weight. And weight is a buffer. So many times if in a marriage, if a person turns off to their partner, they'll put on weight, and it's unconscious. One, it's stuffing feelings down. Two, it's putting a layer between you and another person, literally a fat layer, a physical layer from your body. Some people eat out of stress and out of being out of control. And what happens is when you go through a lot of these negative feelings, there's cortisol that's released in the body. And when that happens, it also adds weight to your body. So when you're under a great deal of stress, you'll put on weight. And it's actually, some of it's physical because of the stress. It'll add more weight to you. So notice if you have a very stressful life, you're busy all the time and you can't get it done, so you're overwhelmed, and that alone makes it harder to lose weight. And one of the biggest things I found is abandonment, all types, okay? So whether you choose then to use carbs or sweet things in sugar or dairy is kind of like that feeling of mother's milk, consciously or unconsciously, and grief and loss. So many people use food to fill a hole, or guilt and shame over things. Okay. And there's really a big connection between weight issues and the law of attraction. And by now you all know, whatever you believe is what you get, okay? So if you believe you're no good and you're going to repel people, you're right, you're going to act like you're no good and repel people. And often the weight is the excess baggage you're carrying. So there have been a number of clients I've worked with the 50 and 100 pounds weight loss thing. And one of them that I remember clearly, because we never worked on her weight issue. All we did is work on the abuse. And it was quite a bit of time. It wasn't overnight, but she lost over 100 pounds just from dealing and releasing the abuse issues. So if you have traumas in your life you haven't dealt with, that might be part of what the weight is holding, and the overeating is protecting you from. And sometimes it's protecting you from even knowing about it. And how it's a law of attraction is you will then attract the evidence to prove you're right. I'm not good enough. See? People don't want to be around me. Of course, energetically, you're pushing them away and you don't even know it. So the other piece that's important about this is we have to believe we can be thinner and firmer and have a good body, all right, in order for that reality to happen. And I suggest that you have small weight loss goals. If some of you are very overweight, like getting closer to 50 pounds or more, don't imagine being 50 pounds thinner, because your psyche can't handle that extreme of a change. Just imagine being 10 pounds less first, then maybe 20, and go down gradually, because your psyche can adjust to that. It's the same thing when I work with prosperity issues, all right? If you're bringing in $40,000 a year, telling yourself you're going to bring in $1 million at the end of the year, it will actually, in your unconscious, you're going to say, well, no, I can't, and you won't do anything. So it's the same thing with weight loss, okay? So if you have a lot to lose, go for a small amount. Make doable goals, because then your psyche will feel good. I did lose 10 pounds. All right, it was 2.5 weeks, not 2 weeks or whatever, or 4 weeks. 10 pounds is a lot to lose in 2 weeks for most people. So make it more of a realistic goal. All right. So let's see if anyone wrote in the chat what their issue is, because it will help in what we do. All right, too tired to fix something? Just grab what's available. Ooh. Hungry for understanding of what I go through day to day. Very often, people we live with in our own family doesn't fully understand where we're at and what we're going through. I found that for me too. And the one who needs to fully understand it is you. I mean, it's nice if other people do, but you're trying to change their behavior. I remember working with a client not too long ago who would have a big thing about convincing people that what she's saying is truthful. And what it boiled down to is she needed to believe the truth. So you need to understand what you fully are going through and have compassion. See, I'm big on compassion for ourselves. Life is difficult, for many people. And I see life as about trials and errors and growth so that things happen. And it's so important to be able to grow through things. So first of all, are you willing to grow? Okay? Weight loss, in theory anyway, is very simple. Okay, everything is energy, and so is weight loss. So everything in your body and the food you eat is also about energy. It gives you energy or takes away energy. There are definitely foods that give you energy and some that take it away. And energy is the output of what food does. It's your activities in life, your work, your exercise, your movement of any kind. So it's putting all these pieces together for you and caring enough to do that, okay? And I know what it is sometimes to be too tired, okay, and to just want to grab something. And if that happens regularly, on a practical level, it's about being good enough to you, loving enough to you, to take the time when you're not so hungry to prepare some cut-up veggies and maybe even trying some new ones. And if you're too tired, all right, pay a little more and buy them cut up in the, Trader Joe's is good at that, or wherever you shop. So there are ways around it, but you do have to think about yourself. And for some of you, today isn't really about weight loss. It's really about loving your body enough to eat what you need. Because I've also worked with people who are really too thin and not taking care of themselves for one reason or another. Well, I don't deserve to eat that good. I don't deserve to spend money on myself. Okay, so that's your issue. Food is involved, but it may not be about weight loss, but it's still about loving you enough. Okay? So for a moment, I want you to look at what are the reasons you want to lose weight, or what are the reasons you want to take better care of how you eat. Okay? Do you want to feel better about yourself? Do you want to look better in clothes? Do you want to be able to move more easily and exercise? I keep saying I want to hike again. Well, I'd be happy to really have a good walk, okay? I have to kind of shift some of my desires. Maybe I won't go backpacking anymore at this stage of my life. I've done backpacking, and it was great. And no, I wouldn't do that now, okay? And are there health reasons you want to shift how you eat? As I've gotten older, I found my body has demanded how I eat. Because if I don't listen, I don't feel good. And sometimes it's very dramatic. Well, guess what? I learned to listen better. So are you willing to love you enough to do that? So looking at what your reasons are. So why do you want to lose weight? All right. So how do you want to feel instead? And if you can put 1 or 2 words of how you'd like to feel instead, that would be cool. All right. So I'm going to All right, do you want to feel streamlined and sexy and desirable or slim? Or do you want to feel in control? Do you want to feel more natural and flowing instead of grabbing something, and the carbs taste good, but you know it's not good for you? And I don't know about you, but many, many years ago, I remember eating something at the same time I'm eating it, I'm beating me up for eating it. So I didn't even allow me to have really pleasure from it. Little neurotic, yes. Okay. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat box now, because I do want to do a process. All right. So EFT is emotional freedom technique. And we're going to start with a base statement, and we're going to tap the karate chop, which is for those of you who are there. So what we're doing is we're tapping right here between the pinky and the wrist, and you can tap like that. You can tap on either hand. It doesn't make a difference. Some people just tap on the fingers. I usually do it this way. Do it how you want, okay? And I'm going to go through briefly. We're going to do the short tapping, although I've trained people and I've done it in the longer form years ago. But it's just as good. For our purposes, short form will work. So we're going to have a statement like, even though I want to feel better about myself, or I don't like that I overeat, whatever it is. And then we're going to tap. And usually we use 2 fingers. And the first point we're going to tap on is the eyebrow, the inside of the eyebrow right here. And if you want, you can tap on both sides, or you can just tap on one. I'm going to do it on one for demonstrating for you. And you can do it this side, both, whatever works best for you. Then you're going to tap outside the eye. And since I'm demonstrating, I'm not going to be saying it the whole time, although maybe I should at least at the beginning, because some will only be listening to this. Then it's under eye, on your cheekbone, actually. And then it's under your nose, right in the middle, right in the upper lip, in the middle of the upper lip. And the next part's in the middle of the chin. So upper lip, chin, okay? And then it's collarbone. And I usually either put thumb on one part, the other hand on the other, or I just do it on both like this. And this is kind of the weird one. And when I work with kids, I call it the monkey, because I feel like a monkey when I'm doing it. Okay? So it's on the underarms, about 4 inches down from your underarms. So for the women, it's kind of in the middle of the bra. Okay? And so you can tap like this using your 4 fingers like this, because it strikes the right area. And so when I work with kids, it's kind of like this. We're the monkey. And they like that. And I feel like a monkey when I'm doing it. So what can I say? All right. Oh, the other one I want to show you is the underarms and then the crown of the head. And so some just tap like this with an open hand, and some like doing it like this with your fingers on the head. And I'll just say head, okay? And you do it how you want. All right, so I want you to think about how you feel right now, okay? So focus on how difficult it is for you to eat what's good for your body. If it's very difficult, it might be a 9 or 10. We're going to give a rating, so 0 to 10, okay? So how difficult to eat what's good for your body all the time? Is it a 10? Is it a 9, which is all the way up there? Somewhere in the middle might be a 5. 0 means, oh, you eat great and fantastic for your body all the time, all right? And here's the other thing I want you to do now. I want you to think of 2 different situations. I want you to think of the worst or earliest memory around food, okay? And just rate that one. What's your earliest memory around food? And rate it. If it's really a bad feeling, it's a 10. A good feeling is 0 or 1. Okay, but we're going to take the worst memory. So think of one, because we're going to work with that now. Now, separate issue, I want you to think of the happiest memory around food and rate that 0 to 10. Okay, ready? Good. So we're going to start with tapping the karate chop, okay? And I'm going to say a phrase and then you'll repeat it. If it doesn't feel okay, you can change it for you. Add words, make it perfect for you. Even though I have these negative memories and associations with food, and I am overweight, and I overeat, I deeply and completely want to love and approve of myself. And I choose now to regain my health and to have better health. Because for some of you, it's about better health. All right. So now we're going to start tapping. So we're going to start with the eyebrow. These negative memories and associations with food. And I want you to be thinking about what they are. And you might even say it. Side of eye. These memories make me feel bad about myself. Under eye on the cheekbone. I don't like remembering how I'd overeat and feel sick. Okay. And then we're going to do the upper lip. I don't like remembering how my family teased me and put me down. Or the kids teased me and put me down for being overweight. Chin. That hurt my feelings. Collarbone. It made me feel bad about myself. And I don't like that. Underarms. And I'm still struggling sometimes with weight issues. Crown. And I don't want to be. Head, I should say. Eyebrows. I've struggled with this issue much of my life. And I'm tired of it. Side of eye. I'm tired of struggling with my weight. I don't want to lose weight for anyone else. Only me. Under eye, sorry. And now up lip. I don't like when other people tell me I should lose weight because they want me to. Chin. I don't like when they tell me I have to look different with my body. Whatever it's about. Collarbone. I feel really bad then and really sad. Underarms. Sometimes I lose focus and then I overeat. Crown. Head. When I feel fuzzy and unsure of what I'm doing, I go for food. Eyebrows. I doubt I can do it. I'm not sure I can lose the weight. Side of eye. I'm overweight. Under eye. I'm afraid even if I lose the weight, I'll gain it back. Lip. I did before. Many times before. Chin. I overeat. Collarbone. I'm tired of that. I want to feel better about me. All those memories, I want them gone, the negative ones. Okay, now take in a breath and let that go. All right. Now we're going to do something different. We're going to tap on your happiest memories. So I want you to remember them and bring them up. You had some happy memories around food. Maybe family events, maybe when people weren't teasing you, maybe when the family had a good time instead of a bad time, okay? Even though I have these happy memories, positive memories and associations with food, I want to feel better about me. These positive memories and associations with food. Side of eye. I remember a time when. And think of a time that felt good for you about food. Under eye. I remember maybe, and this might be for you and might not, my grandma giving me cookies. And she was so loving. Think of who was loving and gave you food. Okay? We had that a lot in my family. Okay? Under nose. I enjoy eating tasty food. Simple. Chin. I actually sometimes feel sexy and desirable when eating. Like sharing chocolate. Sharing a sundae. Ever share a dessert and how good that felt because you're sharing with someone you love or you care about? All right. Collarbone. I feel slim and in control. Go to a memory where you felt slimmer. And that's such a good feeling. Underarms. I feel self-confident sometimes. And let that feeling of self-confidence come in you as you tap. Crown. And I feel self-accepting of me and who I am. Eyebrow. It's okay for me to enjoy food. Side of eye. I'm enjoying eating healthy food for my body. Well, I want to. I want to enjoy eating healthy food for my body. Under eye. Under nose. One new healthy food I'm willing to try is, for me, Brussels sprouts. I don't eat that, but I might try it. What are you willing to try? Chin. I feel good about being healthier. Collarbone. I feel good about looking better, and I want to look even better. And notice what feelings are coming up about this. Underarms. I choose to be healthier. Did you know you can choose that? Crown. I choose to be healthier and regain my health and be even in better health now. Eyebrows. I want to feel better about me no matter how I look. Okay? under eye, side of eye, I mean. I choose to appreciate and love my body. Under eye. It does so many wonderful things for me. Under nose. And something I love and appreciate about my body is for me, I feel good dancing. What do you love and appreciate about your body? Chin. My body does so many wonderful things for me. Collarbone. I just never thought about it. Crown. It breathes for me. I'm alive. I can breathe fully. All right, now take a deep breath and let it go. Now, what I'd like you to think about is what came up for you. Any understandings you gained about you. Appreciation, good. Let's see. All right. Very good. All right. So some of you might notice that when you're appreciating yourself more, you feel better about you. And if you keep focusing on appreciating you, you will allow yourself to eat better and to make better selections. All right? So now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to alternate the negative and positive messages while tapping. But as we start, I'm going to have you say something a little bit different. We're going to start with the even though. All right, so tapping the karate chop. Even though I still have these negative memories and associations with food, and these positive associations with food, I am ready to feel even better about me. Eyebrows. I call in the healing team, my healing team, the angels and guides, and Archangel Michael and Raphael to help me heal through this issue. Side of eye. I ask them to help me love myself more. Under eye. I ask them to help me make it easier to take better care of my body and what I eat. Under nose. I ask my guides to help me know I deserve to eat healthy and good things for my body. So for a moment, just take a breath in and feel them working on you to help you make it easier for you. Good. All right. Now chin. When I was young, food was used as a reward a lot of the time. That's true for some of you, many of you, but not everyone. So what was used as a reward for you when you were young? Collarbone. In fact, there were no other rewards offered except food. Okay, underarm. Food gives me a lift, when I've had a crappy day. All right. Crown. If I don't have food, then I feel like I've missed out on something. Eyebrows. Well, if I don't have the food I like, I feel like I've missed out on something. side of I deserve to enjoy food. Under I. I'll feel deprived without the food I like. Under nose. I really do feel better with food that I like. Chin. I don't want to give up the food I like. Besides, it might affect my dancing or my singing or whatever you're telling yourself it might affect. My thinking. I think clearer when I've had my chocolate. What is it for you? Okay. Collarbone. I need comfort. And food gives me comfort. The food that gives me comfort, underarms, is what food gives you comfort? Is it chocolate? Is it ice cream? Is it carbs? Pizza? What is it? But I know ahead that some of that food isn't so good for me, at least if I have more than a little bit. I deeply and completely want to love and approve of myself. Side of I choose to love me more now. Under I, sorry. And I choose to improve my health by eating better for my body. Okay, taking a big breath and let it go. And notice how you're feeling. Okay. We're going to do the karate chop now. Even though I still have these negative feelings, well, some of these negative feelings and memories and associations with food, and these positive associations with food, I still want to feel better about me. Okay, eyebrows. I realize I'm resisting letting go of these memories because I couldn't possibly be happy without eating the food I want in the amount that I want, even if it's too much for my body. Under eye. Often, I'm needing love when I look for food. Often, I just want to feel more love, so I go for the sweets or the carbs. They make me feel warm inside and loved. Chin. I felt special and new and important, rewarding me with food. Or maybe you felt something else. Say it. Collarbone. I realize I sabotage me and put me down when I overeat. Underarms. Food is my friend. At least I thought it was. Head. Well, sometimes it's my friend. Eyebrow. I'm not alone with food. Side of eye. I don't feel alone when I have food to put in my mouth. Under eye. The food fills me. Under nose. The food fills my empty heart. Or my empty stomach. Or both. Shin. Food won't let me down. Collarbone. It keeps me company. Yes. Food keeps me company. Underarms. I'm not alone with food. Crown. I deeply and completely want to love and approve of myself. Eyebrow. I choose now to regain and improve my health and fill myself with love instead of food. Maybe do this one on both sides. We're going to repeat that one. It's so important. I deeply and completely want to love and approve of myself. Under eye. Yeah. I choose now to improve my health and regain my health and fill myself with love instead of food. Okay. Taking a deep breath and let it go. And just a little bit more. Karate chop. Even though I understand the connection, the association with food and memories, and it's unbelievable, part of me says it couldn't change now. Eyebrows, side of eye. Well, can't change quickly. Under eye. Can't be that simple. Under nose. It can't be that quick or simple. Just can't be that easy. Chin. Life's a struggle. And so is losing weight. I doubt this can change. Take in a deep breath and let it go. I call in my guides now to help me reframe what I was just saying and tapping on. Even though I have these associations and memories, I still deeply and completely want to love and approve of myself. I really want that. I choose now to be calmer and happier and healthier and full of self-belief and confidence and have better health. I choose to deeply and completely love and approve of myself. I know I want to, and now I can just do it. I choose to completely love and approve of myself. I choose now to feel better emotionally, to feel calmer and happier and healthier. Under I choose to recognize I'm important. Under nose, I'm important enough to eat good things for my body and in the perfect amounts for me, in the right amounts for me. Chin. I have this belief and confidence now that I can improve my health. And most importantly, how I feel about me. Take in a deep breath and let it go. And notice now what you feel. And I want you now to focus on what we had you share at the beginning, or write down, not share. And that is, when you think of the worst memory or event around food, and you rate it 0 to 10, what's the rating on it now? And write it down. If you choose to share, that would be great. And now think of the happiest memory around food and rate that. The happier one this time goes up to 10. Okay? Good. All right. I'm going to suggest, remember I said I'd share with you the affirmation I came up with that really helped me turn my life around. Let's see if I can remember it exactly. I meant to write it down, but I pretty much sort of know it, I think. I am enjoying good and healthy food for my body in the right amount. Okay. I am enjoying good, because it has to be good. You want it to taste good. And healthy food in the right amount for my body. So I kind of reversed the way I said it. Oh. All right. In the right amount for my body. That should go there. Okay. So now here's what we're going to do. I am enjoying good and healthy food in the right amount for my body. Okay? Now we're going to do it again. We can do that all the way through all the points. Oh. I am enjoying good and healthy food and in the right amount for my body. Okay? Now we're going to do the next point, side of I. I know I did on both sides. I am enjoying good and, let's make it tasty. So it'll be tasty, whichever way you want, good or tasty. Good, and I am enjoying good and healthy food in the right amount for my body. It's very important to add the right amount. Okay. I am enjoying good and healthy food in the right amount for my body. Under nose. I am enjoying good and healthy food in the right amount for my body. Chin. I am enjoying good and healthy food in the right amount for my body. Collarbone. I am enjoying good and healthy food in the right amount for my body. Underarms. Let's do both. I am enjoying good and tasty food. Oh, yeah, tasty. I like adding that. In the right amount for my body. Crown. I am enjoying good and tasty food in the right amount for my body. And healthy food. Tasty and healthy food in the right amount for my body. Okay. How does that feel? How are you doing now? Let's see. See if anyone wants to share. Oh, I forgot to add another point. We're going to add one more important point. Okay. Tasty and healthy food in the right amount that energizes my body. Because someone was mentioning something about energy. It's very simple. That energizes my body. So I'm going to change it a little bit now. So let's try this. Okay. I am enjoying tasty and healthy food in the right amount that energizes my body. Because some foods are very heavy and don't energize you. Okay, side of eye. I am enjoying tasty and healthy food in the right amount that energizes my body. I like that. Under eye. I am enjoying tasty and healthy food in the right amount that energizes my body. That's what your homework is keep doing it. Find out which one works better for you. I like to energize my body. Do the addition if you want. And let me know how it works for you. I really would like to know. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I am thinking of starting an in-person group, not just on weight loss, on issues, on women's issues or any issues. So let me know if you're interested, because I have a couple of people who are, and it's a lot less expensive than doing individual work. And also, if you're interested, would it be better for you during the day or evening? Because I would only do one group and I have to decide which it would be. So let me know. And what I'm going to suggest is I am willing to share 5 to 10 minutes with anyone who wants to, who's listened to this, and share what you got. And if you want my feedback on what came up for you, I'd love to do that. So I'm giving you 10 minutes of time. And I hope you got something good from this, and let me know. And I'm going to send you off with lots of love, and to eat healthy food in the right amount for your body to maintain your perfect weight. That's the other thing you can do it for. All right? Much love, everyone. I hope you got something good from it. Let me know. I'm going to try and do a Facebook Live every couple of weeks. Let me know the topics you're interested in. We can even do some for business, because I have a lot of you who are working on your businesses, and I love doing that. So let me know. Love and blessings to everyone. And let's see if I remember how to end this. Lisa, how do I end it? Lisa? Lisa, how do I end it?
Click on it here.
Where?
Just click on it. Hit that red button.